Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Today I want to talk about the two new dungeons and in particular what kind of setups I run in the first weeks after Dragon Bones launched on PC. So as you can see, a lot of people were wondering what kind of setup I used with achievements like Leave No Bone Unbroken and Mountain God. Those two achievements in particular are two of the more difficult ones because they require you to do a speed run, hard mode and no death at the same time. So it's very tricky. Now obviously I am on a Magica Nightblade here. They perform very good this patch and it's just you get a lot of healing in general from them already, so it's actually really nice. But nonetheless, you can do this on any character, any setup. It doesn't really matter. Now, let me just show you what setups I do have. I basically have 4 different setups. Now, the first one is basically the normal setup I run. 5 Mechanical Acuity and 5 Master Architect. Now, those two sets are very good. I'm front barring Mechanical Acuity, as you can see. This set, it's just very nice in general for most Magica setups. It gives you just a really nice crit chance. Your rotation needs to be kind of decent though, so it actually performs good. Otherwise, I think Julianos will be the better option. But nonetheless, it's just really nice because I can front bar it. Then we have Master Architect. This is also a nice one because on a Nightblade, for example, we have access to an ultimate like Soul Harvest, which is very cheap. It only costs 70 ultimate points. So you can use this quite a lot and you will get the 15% damage bonus. On top of that, your group mate will also get the same damage bonus. That's why this is really nice. Then the last piece, I use one piece monster set, either max Magica or max spell damage. It doesn't really matter that much. Now this is the normal damage setup I run throughout most of the dungeons. And now when we are looking towards the hard mode, for example, the Leave No Bone Unbroken, this is the Fanglair hard mode speedrun no death. Now on the last boss, the ghosts can be very tricky to avoid because in the execute there will be walls of ghosts or a wall of ghosts, and sometimes there is small skeleton dragon knights that talon you, so you have to dodge all out. It can drain your stamina, they root you again and you cannot move out and the ghost will kill you. Same thing can happen when a Bone Colossus spawns. When they do their charge attack, it basically one-shots you, so you need to dodge all it. If you don't have enough stamina, you die. So the setup I was running there, again, like Monster set with Mechanical Acuity, and now we were running the Phoenix set. Traits are not optimal, but it really doesn't matter. If you have decent DPS, it's more than enough. Now, why is this set so good? So it says when you die, you instead become immune to all negative effects and healing for 3 seconds. So you don't actually die. You kind of turn into a stone or something. I don't know what's it called. And then you explode, deal flame damage, and you heal for 17k health. This kind of gives you 1 extra life. So that's why it's so nice. So even if I die because I wasn't aware enough from a ghost, I don't actually die, I just get frozen for a second and then I'm good to go again. That's how you kind of can avoid screwing up this achievement. Obviously, once you're very used to the mechanics, you don't necessarily need this, but it's just for the beginning. This is a very nice set. On top of that, you also don't really lose a lot of damage because as you can see, the 2, 3 and 4 piece bonus, max Magica, Magic Recovery and spell damage. So it's still really nice. I have also seen a lot of groups going into those 2 new dungeons with 3 damage dealers and a tank and actually no healer. I don't think this is that good of an idea. It's kind of unnecessary because if you have too much damage, you will just get overwhelmed from those mechanics anyway. For example, in Fanglair, if you have too much damage, too much crystals will spawn, too much Colossus will be alive at the same time, more will spawn if you don't kill the crystals fast enough, and they will one-shot you. So there is no point going in there at the moment with 3 damage dealers. It's just not like, it's It's not good, okay. If you want, you can run the Phoenix set throughout the whole dungeon. It's not the problem. Like I said, you don't lose a lot of damage. But again, like, up to the last boss, there is not really a lot of RNG that actually can kill you. So I usually just go with Master Architect and Mechanical Acuity. If we look at an achievement like Mountain God, in the first week when Dragon Bones launched, this hard mode, as the Sun hard mode, was still so freaking bugged. Holy Christ. What did we do? We basically used Phoenix again, and on top of Phoenix also Eternal Yokeda. What does this set do? It kinda does the same as the Phoenix. Instead of you dying, you turn into a statue. So it gives you a second chance. So I can basically die twice. And instead of dying, I turn into a stone or statue. So I have 2 extra safe spots. Now, why was this necessary? First off, the poison cone, for example, sometimes when you went into the safe mechanic, like the geyser or when you have to get frozen or stoned or shield, it didn't really work all the time. So you couldn't reliably use that stuff, and even though you were in the mechanic, you still could die. That's why we mostly use Phoenix and Yokeda. Now, as you can see, I only front bar Yokeda. Basically, when I know I go in one of those mechanics or I don't have time to go in there anymore, I make sure to be on the back bar. So only Phoenix procs when I die, or when I'm supposed to die but I don't. Then I know, okay, Phoenix is now used up, so next time I go into one of those safe mechanics, I make sure to be on the front bar of Eternal Yokeda. That's why you see, I will put the links of the achievements. I tried to upload a lot of achievements from those 2 new dungeons. I have a full playlist. You will also find the link in the description. You actually can see me proccing Phoenix because, for example, the poison cone killed me. I didn't have time enough to move that stuff anymore, and I made sure to be on the back bar. Then I still would have had another chance to actually save myself with the Eternal Yokeda in case that would happen again. You might be, well, you lose a lot of damage through that. Yes, this is true, but again, if you're a decent DD, a damage dealer, then this will be no problem. It's as simple as that. The setup is in no way best in slot in any case, because as you can see, I use ice stuff here simply because I didn't have any fire or shock stuff. I just gambled the 2 sets together, basically Phoenix and Yokeda, and that's it. The traits are also not good. I'm well fitted, sturdy. It doesn't really matter that much. The boss, if done correctly, dies fairly fast. That's more or less it about this setup. Another thing I want to mention, a few people also ask me whether actually, where is it? The Daedric Deflector. This is also quite a tricky one. Now it's actually easier. Most bugs got fixed in the Scale Caller Peak on the hard mode. Most things actually work reliably now. Now here you don't, like, there is no point going into a Phoenix or Yokeda set because you cannot get hit by a poison cone and you cannot use the same mechanic twice to save yourself. So you don't really need the Phoenix because when you die, it's over from a poison cone, it's over anyway. That's the thing. Anyway, you can also find a video of that. The last setup I want to talk about is Kagrenac. Here I use 5 Kagrenac and 5 Master Architect. Kagrenac is one of the most underrated sets in Elder Scrolls Online. Every time there is a new dungeon or a new trial coming out, I'm usually on my Magicka Templar with this set. It saves you so much pain, it's just amazing. Now, why is it so good? First off, it gives you max Magicka, recovery and health, and spell damage. The 5-piece bonus, when you compare it to Julianos, you only get like 80 spell damage less. And you also get the max health and the Magicka recovery. You don't really lose that much damage. And on top of that, you're actually resing 25% faster. if you're on a Magicka Templar, you already have a res passive in your class passives. So you can res even faster. You don't even need a second to res somebody, or maybe a second or something. It's really fast. And why is that so good? Most of the times, there is so many mechanics in those new dungeons or in trials in general. You try to res, but you will get interrupted by a fire cone, by a shock AoE, or just something. With Kagrenac, no problem. You start resing, bam, 1 second later, you're done. That's why this set is so strong. I don't know why a lot of groups are not running this. It's probably just not, like, most groups don't use it, so nobody wants to run it. I don't know. It's a really good set. If you don't have a super organized group, or you're going to the LFG and all that stuff, this is the set to go to, even as a damage dealer, because you can save people so easily with this set. But anyway, I do think I talked enough for now. Once again, I do have a Discord. I will put the link in the description. If you want, join us there. We do Fury crafting, we show different builds and all that kind of stuff. It's very fun, and a lot of people are very friendly. They will also help you if you have questions. Please make sure to not forget to subscribe. More videos in the future. If you liked the video, hit that like button. Thank you for watching and have a nice day. Cheers.